What is up, guys? And this week's topic for today is going to be how to overcome shyness. Do you know why I want to talk about this? Or why do I have any kind of credibility? Because back in high school, I was quiet as hell and I never really talked. And do you know what my nickname was? I didn't have a damn nickname because I didn't talk at all.
Are you listening?
I would say the first tip to overcome shyness is really baby steps. You can't really expect yourself to be that really quiet person in class to all of a sudden do a 180 and be the most popular person, the person who talks a lot and center of attention, because things like that don't really happen overnight. So my first tip is to really think about baby steps. What do I mean by this? I mean, whether it's you're still in high school and you try to participate in class by raising your hand at least once a week. Make sure you talk on a regular basis. My second tip is to really go at your own pace and don't really feel rushed when it comes to really wanting to get your voice out and getting it heard. Because when you're shy and quiet, people tend to kind of single you out as being different, especially if you're in high school or you are wherever you are. People tend to oh, what's wrong with this person? What's wrong with this? But in reality, nothing's wrong with you. You're just maybe socially kind of developing slower than others, or people might be more talkative than you are, but there's nothing wrong with that. So really go at your own pace and don't feel bad for being quiet. Because back in high school, around those days when we were all really insecure and whatever, I remember one of the worst things I hated was that people would call me out on being quiet and shy. And from anyone who's shy or actually quiet, that is one of the worst things to do to a person that's shy or quiet. What ends up happening is that person's gonna be even more quiet. Just on a little tangent, I remember in high school where I was in this group of people, and this one person that I haven't really met yet decides to, come join. And the first thing she said to me is,
"Do you even talk?"
And back then, that was one of the most uncomfortable and awkward experiences ever, because someone calling you out on being quiet is only going to make that person want to be more quiet. So things like that you need to really be aware of for the people that aren't necessarily quiet. And my very last and third tip, I don't know if these are even tips, but they kind of all string together, is that don't feel bad for being quiet. And don't compare yourself to other people, because little Johnny over there might be this class clown and can talk forever and ever. Well, you, on the other hand, aren't necessarily the most social, but deep down inside you want to be social. You want to talk more. But at the same time, you can't compare yourself to those people. The only person you can compare yourself to is yourself. And to keep working on yourself. And that's all that really matters out there. For me, I was always the really quiet, the really shy person in school. Things like people telling me, "Do you even talk?" People not knowing who I was or what my name was. And this was during the middle of the damn semester where we're all supposed to be at class together, and there's people like,
"Who's that kid in the back? You know that kid in the back? He never talks. He has a hat on. He never talks at all."
And experience like this makes me want to be a better person and really kind of give back and share what I wanted to give myself advice when I was a shy, quiet person. Being shy is very different from whether it's anxiety and social anxiety and all other introvertedness. This is specifically about being shy and really how to kind of relax and come out of your cocoon of whatever it is that you're feeling. Because for me, I always knew that I was always that wacky, crazy person that I was. But I was too afraid to show who I really was to the world. Since I didn't really have a voice, I always kept things to myself. I really never had an opinion. And because of that, it was I really couldn't fully embrace myself until I really started to focus and improve on myself. And that is when I could finally stop and overcome my shyness. It's really up in your plan. There isn't a magic secret or a magic whatever. Doing it at your own pace, taking baby steps, and slowly putting yourself out there in uncomfortable positions. That sounded, never mind. And a quote from Elliot Halls, which he quoted from someone else, I forgot he said. He said that, "Do the thing you fear the most, and the death of fear is certain." And what that quote means is that the more you do something, the more psychologically your brain gets used to it and you become desensitized. And the thing that you were so scared about in the first place wasn't such a big deal. So that's all I have to say for now. Hopefully you guys can string my quote-unquote tips. I don't know if they're even tips, but it was more perspective on the issue. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Are you listening? Damn.